What is up, everyone? What is up? What is up? Let's talk H2, Houston to whatever you want to call it, the Tuesday race, and it was insane. So, let's just get off the start. The LCQ, 250 LCQ was incredible. If you didn't watch it, go find a replay and, watch that. It was, it was something to watch. And the 250s. Good job for Jet Lawrence. Really good start. Really, really, really good start. He was flying. And of course, you had Austin Forkner make the mistake on the first lap, not being able to jump the start finish line, whatever you want to call it. And of course, you had Austin Forkner make the quintessential mistake of, if you're going to create the contact, you can't take yourself down in it too. Him taking out Hampshire and them going from second and third to, I think Hampshire went all the way down to like 19th or something like that. And I read somewhere, or I looked like a headline, he got pushed back up to like 9th. I don't know. I didn't read that, but so sucks for Hampshire. He got the raw end of that deal. You had Forkner, I think, ended up like 6th. Craig ended up 3rd, so he keeps his points lead. Red plate, he keeps the points lead, which is cool. A first and a third. It's a really good start of the year for Craig. Other than that, not too much really happened in this race that I remember, in the 250 race that I can think of. Like, you had the Forkner Hampshire incident, and then you just had Jet Lawrence just flying. He just said, checked out and said, peace, I'm out. It is cool that you have, I think it's Voland, I don't know how you say his last name. He's like 16 years old, and they were talking about it last fall, last October, November. He was still racing amateurs, and now he's racing 250 Pro East. Cool for him. Good find for Red Bull KTM to have another 16-year-old in the race and have him doing as well as he did. Running in the top 10. It's cool for him. But yeah. If you watch, I'm watching the replay while talking about this, so I can, if anything pops up. But that pass by Forkner was just bad. He had nowhere to go. Hampshire was already on the top, cutting down. He just took his front wheel out, took them both out, and it's the quintessential rule. If you're going to create the contact, you don't take yourself out. Because he dropped all the way down to 6th, which, he definitely got the better end of that collision between him and Hampshire, but still, not the smartest thing to do if you're trying to catch back up on the championship, because I think 2 minutes before that they were already talking about how, the last 2 years he's thrown away the championship and he just needs to be calm and collected, and he does that. But other than that, Lawrence won by 10, 11 seconds. He was flying, so good job for Lawrence. Not much else to say about that. Craig got past at the second to third, just at last lap, and ended up being 3rd. Then you had Mosman, Shimoda, Forkner, Olenberg, and Voland for your top 8. Osby short for your top 10. That's 250. Good for them. Blah blah. 450s. That sand section was taking people out left and right. It was incredible. Considering it didn't look like it was that difficult of a sand section, but whatever it is. And I'm gonna put the picture in here of Chase Sexton's crash, which I think he broke his shoulder. I haven't read anything about it or seen any news about what he did, but just the way he landed and he was carrying his arm as he walked away. Ooh boy, that looked like it hurt. If you didn't see it, he got launched off and landed directly on the back of his neck and just oof. But anyways, back to the sand section. First person it took out was Cianciarulo. It took out Sexton, technically, because that's where he lost the grip on his rear tire and it launched him. Took out Muscan. That sand section was a pretty big equalizer on what was going on. But, bad start for Barcia. He was down, Barcia and Roxon. They were both down outside of the top 10 because they got chopped off in the first corner. And that first corner everyone's going super fast, not much room. First corner is always the first corner. There's a lot of problems that happen there, but I mean, it was. Oh, and then you had Savachi. You know, I feel bad for Savachi. He just got his new ride on what is it? Rocky Mountain. Yeah, the Rocky Mountain ATV KTM whatever it is squad. And he got bucked off his bike, and it looked like he hurt his leg somehow. But I don't know if it's just like an old injury or something. But he didn't look like he could even get up and walk. But this is exactly what I thought this year was going to be. Last week you had Barcia out front with Roczen behind him. This week we have Tomac and Osborne, Brayton, Muscan, Webb, Ferrandis, Roczen, Barcia, Anderson's below them. Cianciarulo's down in 13th. Like this is what I expect this year to be. Every race to be a different, you know, top 5 different winner. It's going to be who can be the most consistent. Because Barcia was through the 2 races. He keeps the red plate. I think Roczen's second, down by like a point or something like that. Tomac's down in like 6th, and I'm pretty sure it was Anderson, Roczen, and 2 other people that got docked for jumping on a red flag in this. Anderson, Roczen, and then 2 other people. I don't remember. Two other people that I don't think aren't going to factor. So we're just gonna forget their names. But it is like you had Ferrandis, who is, you know, in his rookie season, in his second race, he ends up being second because Osborne crashed out. You have Brayton, who hasn't gotten a podium in 3 years, running in third and, you know, running in second or third and second the whole race. You know, so that's good for him. I mean, good for the Muck-Off Honda whatever team, who, I mean, that team came together quick, and good for him. I mean, running in the top 3 after, you know, not getting a podium for 3 years, that's great. You had Roczen and Webb moving up the field. They were like down in the top 10 or down the 10th, and they were up, you know, 5th, 6th in the end. Sucks for Barcia. Apparently, if you, I was looking at his Instagram popped up while I was hanging out today, and you know, he ended up like 8th or 9th or 10th or 9th or 10th, one of the 2. And apparently, sometime in the later part of the race, if you watch the race at the end, you can see him look down and, like, you know, he's looking at something. Apparently, he jumped into a tough block and it snapped off the shifting lever, so he was stuck in first gear for who knows how long. But obviously, that's going to make things a lot harder trying to get some speed and catch up to people if you're going to be stuck in first the whole time. You know, good thing the 450 has the power to make the jumps in first, and you know, it is what it is. It's just going to be who can be the most consistent. Who's, you know, if you get a bad start like Barcia did, you're gonna get stuck down in the, you know, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, and have to push through this field, which is not going to be easy this year. You have a lot of talent and a lot of speed. When most of the people on these, you know, most of the people in this race were doing laps that were, you know, not far off from each other. You know, maybe a half a second here, half a second there, but like not enough that where if you're down in 14th or 15th, you're not going to have, oh, it's fine, I'll catch up to everyone with no problem. Like, no, you're going to have to really work for this. Like, there's going to be some races where people just get screwed. I mean, look at Tomac last race. He landed up 16th or 14th or whatever it was, and, you know, he wins the next race and he's still 6th in the points because how it got started. It is going to be one of those years, and I'm super excited for it because that means it's going to be a dogfight all the way through. You know, you've got Malcolm Stewart on the new Star Racing Yamaha. He's doing really well up and, you know, running in the top 10 for the last 2 races. Ferrandis top 10. Now he's got a podium in his second race. You know, Tomac went from 14th to 1st. Barcia went from 1st to 10th. You had Anderson down there. It's going to be a race. I mean, obviously it's going to be a race, but it's going to be a season to watch, and I'm super excited for it. So, I hope you are too. Tell me who your favorite rider is. Tell me who you think is going to win H3. Tell me, I don't know. Tell me if you like kebabs or not. Leave a comment down below. Hit that like button. Subscribe. Share. Follow the socials. Will all be in the description below. And I'll see y'all later. Peace.